Yo, Elliot! Okay, so our buddy Raze, or Raz, R-A-Z-E, that's his name, has been involved in martial arts since he was a child. About 6 years old, he started martial arts, karate, and now he's 18 years old, and he's been doing it the entire time. I think now he's doing some Wing Chun, which, if I'm correct, is like you do a lot of flips and jumps and crazy shit like that. It's real acrobatic, you know, if I'm correct. But the point is that he is a martial artist for all intents and purposes. This is the life that he's built for himself, and he's damn proud of it, and he should be. He's 18 years old right now, and he's watching YouTube videos like this crazy guy, Hulse, and maybe some of the others who say that, weight training is good. You need to work out, you need to bodybuild, you need to pick up weights, you need to lift weights. And he's an athlete, so he's assuming that this is probably something I should do. I've been involved with martial arts all my life, and I've only did body weight training and training specific to my sport. But now I'm gonna pick up weight training, and he's been doing it for the past couple weeks, and he's feeling as if the working out may be detrimental. It's counterproductive to all of the martial arts gains that he's developed over the past several years. And he's confused and he's worried because he's like, oh my God, like I'm becoming worse of a martial artist, but I have been told and I hear that weight training is something that's going to help me. And I don't know what your aesthetic aspirations are, but they probably should be very nil, because if you focus on that, you're gonna get off track. So now he comes and he wants to know, how should I structure my training, or should I get rid of one and focus only on the other? This is when you've got to understand that you could use weight training as a sport/lifestyle or as medicine. Working out is a form of medicine because you are using extrinsic activity, something on the outside. You're adding something to yourself. You're doing something. You're engaging in something in order to get a physiological response. So that is another way of describing what would be a medicine. It's medicinal. It causes a physiological response. It's something that you're doing to change your body. And when you approach it from that way, you've got to decide how much of the dose and what type of medicine should I be using in order to get the result that I want, right? So if you're taking asthma medication, but you're overdosing, then you're just gonna get sick. Your asthma might get worse. But if you take just the right amount, this is a good one with like antibiotics. That's a better example. You've got a little cold, you take some antibiotics, cool. You take, just a little bit of it, it gets rid of your cold, and then you can kind of go about life, you take some precautions to make sure that it doesn't damage you, but you go about your life generally. Or you can take massive doses of heavy, powerful antibiotics that a lot of people do. Next thing you know, they've got rashes and dandruff, and they're getting sick all the time. They've got bacterial and fungal infections in their stomach. They're all fucked up because they took too much of the damn thing. Too powerful. Wrong medicine and wrong dose. Now, my assumption is that martial arts is going to be your thing for a long time because it has always been. So you got to look at weight training like medicine. What is the minimal effective dose that I can use of the correct medicine to get the desired result in my training? Okay? What that's generally going to look like in a sport like martial arts is, and this is specific to weight training because there's lots of different other things you can do, but I'm talking about barbell heavy lifting, or the things that you see me doing. You're gonna wanna go low volume. You don't wanna lift to such a degree that the volume creates hypertrophy. You don't want big, rigid muscles for martial arts, especially if you're doing Wing Chun, and if I'm correct, you're doing a lot of flips and jumps, so you need to be really flexible. Muscular armoring is not going to help you. It's going to make things more difficult for you. You're going to get too big, you're going to get too heavy. You're going to have muscles that look great but can't do what you want it to do. It's all about what you want, It's not necessarily that I'm saying one thing is right and one thing's wrong. This is good and that's bad, but you don't want bodybuilding muscles if you're a martial artist, okay? You want lean, functional muscles that can do shit, but you don't want big, bulky muscles that detract from your ability to kick someone in the face and do a backhand flick or whatever you do and fly in the air and do that, the crazy stuff that you guys do. You want to lift so that you stimulate not the muscular system, but the nervous system. The nervous system is what's going to excite whatever muscle you do have to produce more force, to be more powerful. The way you can do that is by lifting very heavy for low volume. So you're not going to want to do any more than, like, here we go again, Elliott Hulse, 3 sets of 3, 5 sets of 2, 6 sets of 1, right? These are, and you're going to want to use exercises that are compound exercises that force your body to work in an integrated fashion. You don't want to do very many isolated exercises because then you fuck up the nervous system. It's all about the nervous system, folks. If you start training in isolation, you disrupt the motor patterns that you've created in martial arts. If you bring hypertonicity to a single muscle that should be integrated in a pattern, say kicking, let's say you start doing perfect example. Let's say you start doing a lot of leg extensions, right? You're isolating the quads because they look good. You want a fucking teardrop. So you're isolating your quads. You're doing leg extensions, right? And you've been kicking all your life. Now you've got now I don't want to say overdeveloped, right? Because that's judgmental. You've got really big developed quads. And you go to kick somebody, right? You do your karate thing where you're here and you kick, boom, right? Almost kicked the camera. Now, the power of that quad when you extend at the knee overpowers the muscles on the opposite side that should have been working with it if you were lunging or squatting. Which would have been a better choice of exercise for you. So you pull a hamstring, or you hurt your back because as you flex your hip flexor is overdeveloped because you're doing a lot of extensions, and then when you kick, you hyperextend your low back. Oh, you got back pain, and you fucked up your career. Oh, I got back pain. You people that got pain, unless it's of acute nature, a lot of times, you guys that have gym pain, it's because you're doing the wrong exercises, taking the wrong medicine, and you're taking the wrong doses. So that's it, man. You also want to move quickly with whatever you do. You see, I've been putting up some videos of myself learning how to do Olympic lifts. Olympic lifts is probably a really good idea. Low volume Olympic lifts, 3 sets of 3 with power cleans. Snatch is one that improves your flexibility as well as your power. One that you might want to include in your program. Anyway, so that's it, dude. Exercise is medicine. If you fuck up the medicine choice and you fuck up the dose, you fuck up your body. Good luck.
Yo, Elliott,